Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If you haven't read, let's say, the Iliad, the Odyssey, some writings by Plato, Aristotle, and other people like that, or even the fables of Aesop, you might, be indoctrinated with current mediocre literature and the new philosophers that are pushed forward with a very limited understanding of civilization. Therefore, you would look at an article like the one I'm about to put on the screen and discuss with you and say, yeah, man, I think that's right. Yeah. But if you have a little bit of knowledge and self-respect, and you kind of have a certain kind of cultural civilization identity, you would realize that this is low. And really, it's not something that you can identify with coming from your civilization. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. And let me put this on the screen so you maybe figured out what I'm talking about. Ukrainska Pravda says that Russia and Belarus not allowed to compete in international hockey until war in Ukraine is over. But ignore whatever his name is and whatever name is, okay? So you just look at this. Russia and Belarus will not be allowed to participate in tournaments of the International Ice Hockey Federation while the war in Ukraine continues. The organization's president, Luke said on, the name says it all, Luke Tardif, says on Sunday, quote from Tardif, I don't think if, Tard is, not Tardif. I hope Russia and Belarus will come back as soon as possible because it will mean the war is over. Blah, 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 blah. It's a question of security for fans, our teams. Anyway, no visa cannot travel. And nobody knows how long it's going to take. I understand that sometimes, you understand shit. There is a political approach. As a human being, I'm talking about you, Tard is, I've got my own understanding of the situation. Sure you do. And I'm okay with that. But I can comment on that one and assess it. But with my IIHF cap, I have to take the decision following our executive and to protect our competition. Protect. I will protect you too. Why don't you stay in the basement from now to the rest of your life, which is going to be I don't know how long, and you're going to be protected. Well, take a chance. Anyway, so, you see this? Not allowed to compete. Now, I have to confess that I'm not an avid watcher of hockey. I know from when I was much, much younger that Russia or Soviet Union and Russia were very good teams in hockey. So they would be a strong team. Now, I practiced sports in my life, competitive sports, martial arts. So I know how it is to fight, and when you go to a, let's say, big competition, international competition, you know who's who and what before you show up. Now, if you celebrate because, I don't know, you have 3 people, very good people, very strong people, if you celebrate that they were banned to participate because nothing that they have done, but it's a political stuff somewhere, how would you feel? And here is this. And that's not a V, that's something else, not from victory or from anything else. So, and I put it over here instead of someone else. It's a professional. Anyway, so we go to this. One Direction. If you celebrate, you're a loser. You're a weak person. You're a person without value, internal value. Why? Because you might be winning now that the stronger guys are not there, or people that could beat you up possibly. So you don't want to know if you're good, you want to win. So if nobody would show up and you will be just awarded the first place, you would be happy about it. And you would go home and show it to your family and your children and grandchildren that you won the competition. But you know that the best ones or good ones were eliminated. So you're not the best. You're not the best. You're the best of the ones that were allowed. Therefore, some strong guys were not over there. Well, that's how it was in my society, my civilization, that you were looked down if you were celebrating. Nowadays, you're a smart guy, man. It's not my fault, man. When you have a mouth, and don't just suck it, just talk about it. And say, you know what? I want those guys to come over here because I want to test my ability against those ones that could, cause problems. I don't want to deal with these guys. I want to deal with everyone. I want to be the world champion. I don't want to be the world champion minus the Belarusians and the Russians. In time, they will not know that, but you will know. And how will you live with that? Now, it's however you are. You are that person or the other person who would say, no. The competitions are made not to see Emil is winning or Tom Jones is winning. No, it's to see who's the best. But if you ban certain ones that could be the best, the one that won doesn't represent the value. I want to see the value. When I go to a tournament, I want to compete against the best. So after I win, if I win, I can say I won against the best. I'm not going to say I won against the best minus about 15 that could have beaten me, possibly. How do you feel about that? Self-respect, honor. They celebrate that. The guy is concerned about safety. Well, that's a weasel way of banning those guys. And as a sportsman or a country, I would say this. No, wait a second. I don't care about your hanky-panky. Remember when, and still now, you have, for instance, Iranian, I think there were some cases, I don't pick on Iranians, but that's the examples I remember. Iranian wrestler did not want to shake hands or did not want to compete against the Israeli fighter. What does that have to do with sports? Politics, weasels. So you train your real life, you're going to meet a guy from a different country that politically is a problem, military is a problem, and you're not going to fight that guy because, what? You hate the guy or is something against your what? You're over there to see who's the best, not who's the, you know what I mean? So again, the Ukrainians banned Ukrainians, those guys that are showing so many signs of, if you know what I mean, but they share the European values and they were going to be straight to the European Union, NATO, with all these things. They banned their team sports to compete against Russian teams. So like the Iranian, that everybody was, oh my God, it's awful, which I think it is, did not want to shake hands with the Israeli fighter, wrestler. Oh, they didn't want to fight. He refused to fight in judo because it was the Israeli and the... Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, that's bad. We look at it. Hey, man, that's not right. You're over there to compete. I don't care. But in this case, oh yeah, that's okay. We understand that. We don't understand that. We diluted. We decreased. We devolved. Why? Why did we devolve? Is it because you have non-values somehow in positions of power and capable of changing certain rules? And if so, how did they get in positions of power? Did they cheat anything? No. They followed rules. So if rules allow weak people to get to position of powers and then change our civilization from, remember, this group that used to be in that group that they try to change it, who are those people? How are the rules then the ones that we had? And that reminds me, I forgot the names, but I'm going to tell you the story. It was a big warrior. I can't remember his name, sorry. And he heard that it's in our civilization. You should read about it. I can't remember the name. And he heard that his strongest, the toughest enemy, his nemesis, died. I can't remember how he died. It's not something stupid, poisoned or something. And he cried that his enemy died like that. We used to feel about this to understand it. Now you would think, and nowadays, oh, that's good, man. I take advantage. I can beat them up. Yeah, that's a buck to make. This is a society we live, mercantile society. The guy was crying, literally crying, that's how at least the story says, that the guy over there died. And he couldn't face him and measure his abilities against, or skills against that guy. Anyway, I think it was a Greek, I can't remember the name. Where are we now? Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, man. We're good now. We're winning. Against whom? It doesn't matter. We win. By all means necessary. Remember Malcolm X? By all means necessary. And there's that picture. Great. Yeah. Good. By all means necessary. You can win, and you're going to be the victor of that. But it used to matter how you won. It used to matter. You win like a prick, or you use like a noble person, like a how do you call it, a classy person. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. I'm not sorry because I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm just going to say it. It's one thing when I used to watch from time to time Serena Williams, fantastic tennis player, fantastic, but she was classless. Versus, I don't know, let's say Steffi Graf. Class, full of class. That's how she was, classic winner. How we want to call her, a winner? But she was over there. It was a different. Which one you admire? I don't care if let's say what's that? I don't care if let's say Serena Williams would beat Steffi Graf or whatever. If you are that kind of person, for me, you lose more respect. Yeah, you're very good at that. But, it always, we used to look at it as if you're classy or not. Remember, there were sometimes, again, from our history, I can't remember again the name, but he was, again, fought, his nemesis won, and after he won, he killed the guy. He wrote a poem in the name of that, celebrating that guy's life. The one that he just killed. Don't understand that? You're not part of what's going on, what we used to be. Go and read Maya Angelou, and then you're A-OK, or other garbage. That's my assessment. Did not read Iliad, Odyssey? No. Nothing about Plato, nothing about Aristotle. What the hell? I'm not going to go to Nietzsche or Immanuel Kant or other philosophers or Schopenhauer or many others. What do you read? This guy, the current guy, you have LeBron James saying to be human is good, and everybody puts that in and frame it in the offices because LeBron James says to be human is good. What? And for those critics that we all are, I really suggest you listen to this. It's on YouTube. I posted it one time, but it's on YouTube. The Man in the Arena. That is Roosevelt, the first Roosevelt speech. That is moving. Just read it, or if just listen to it. The Man in the Arena. All right? And with this, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.